fellow human! Welcome back to another Dank Doko r slash I don't work here, lady! We have 3 stories in total for you guys today. The first story is posted by u slash Scenario Phoenix 89 with the title of Karen, do you need a friend? This is what I get for going to the store instead of ordering groceries to be delivered. So with the coronavirus stuff going on, I've been dutifully staying in my apartment, like a decent human being, and limiting any time I spend outside. Unfortunately, this has been the hell on my partner's mental health and depression is real. So I decided, screw it. We are both food boys and he likes cookies. There's a Giant the next block over. So I get dressed and put on my sweet Disney mask. Go on, Etsy, the designs are wonderful. And head out to get my partner some cookies. Now, for reference, my style is hobo chic. So sweats, sneaks, graphic tee, and a hoodie. Keep that in mind. I go into Giant and head for the cookie aisle. I'm considering if I want to do Oreos or I want to be fancy and getting the Pepperidge Farm. These are important questions of life when an older woman who is very short asks if I can grab something up for her off the top shelf. Of course I say yes, because she was nice enough to ask. I'm a simple guy. I hand her the item and go back to my contemplation. As I decide to get them both, I hear the I've worked retail and I've worked in food service, so I know the sound of a wild Karen when I hear one. Me, what's up? Karen, what's up? Is that how you treat? I have zero the way of spoons and even less patience. Me, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to look at me and try that line of thinking again. Karen, who the F? Me, hey. Let me tell you what you're not gonna do. I need you to woo and chill. I know you, know better. Karen's still mad, but doesn't say anything. Me, now I can help you find an employee if you want, but what you will not do is yell at me. I'm only here to get cookies. I point at my stomach, I'm a thick boy. Me, not that I need them. Karen cracks a smile. Gotcha! Me, but at this point, I'm committed to this. I didn't choose thick life, it chose me. Karen starts to crack and laughs a little, and before I was sudden, start to tear up. I'm a 6 foot, 300 pounds, and black. A crying Karen is a bit detrimental to my continued freedom. Me, you okay? Karen, yeah, it's just that this is the first time I've laughed in a while. My husband is in the hospital. Me, the virus? Karen, yeah. Me, I'm not sure if it means much coming from some cookie guy, but I hope he recovers. Karen smiled and walked away. While she didn't apologize for popping off, I'm glad it didn't escalate further. Her husband's condition doesn't excuse what I'm sure would have been an awful tirade, but it does serve as a reminder that crap is bad for everyone. This is definitely one of those rare times when you see a wild Karen appeared and the story still ended up wholesome and funny. COVID-19 epidemic is a terrible thing, but at the same time, it somehow made people closer together, in a way. On to the second story written by u slash IJ Rithai. From raging to wholesome. Oh my! A while back, I posted an I don't work here lady story, in which I was a local Walmart and ended up having a manager screaming and hollering at me from behind, which I don't hear due to a severe hearing loss and didn't even notice until my roommate finds me in the aisle being yelled at and explained to the manager he's deaf and doesn't work here, resulting in an apology and a gift card. Well, this is an extension of that previous story, but it's short and sweet. My hubby's stimulus check didn't hit his Walmart debit card like it was supposed to, so it got sent back to the IRS, resulting in him having to have a check sent to him. He gets sent check in the email and we want to go cash it. So our hippie neighbor agreed to drive us there and wait, knowing we are going to get a little shopping too. This was already told to them. Prior to that, we'll had a few things. So while my hubby is in waiting in line at the service desk and subsequently having the employees screw things up and screw him out of some money, deposit this to my card and she makes it out to cash and charge him for it. Oh, I can put it on the card for you. Charges him more to put on the card. So while he's doing that, I have a buggy and zooming around the store, just grabbing all the items requested of me. That singular manager that had previously chewed me out was waving to get my attention instead of tapping me on the shoulder. I get more waves now than shoulder taps, which I'm fine with if you're patient for me to see and notice you. The manager signs to me. Me learning signing. You deaf, no here, me here, you understand me? Of course I said. Yes, I understand you, verbally. The manager smiles and signs, help you? To which I said, no thanks, I'm fine, I'm rather used to locating things on my own. Then she signs, nice day, and leaves with a smile. So she went from raging at me, mistaking me for an employee, and giving me a discount for her mistake, to learning to sign, and apparently eager to show what she's learned. I'm not even mad, I think more people should learn how to sign. I mean, you could learn any language for a second language, but you're less likely to actually go to France or Japan than you're to literally to lose your hearing. So learning to sign is a great option and does count as second language on your resume. Overall, I just find it neat how a previously I don't work your lady situation evolved into someone being inspired and motivated to learn a whole new language. Well, today's stories are sure sweet. Very cool of the manager. I hope she can keep learning more. On to the final story shared by u/cherrybaby03. A Karen tries to get the owner's daughter fired. So background. This was about 2 years when my dad owned a pub. I was 14 years old. I was 14 and old enough to chip in by taking orders for the restaurant and cleaning table, etc. And one day, we had just opened and my dad had gone down to the basement to change one of the kegs. As I was sitting at the bar talking to our new employee showing them what to say, my dad had taught me himself and the employee was barely out of college. The employee asked if it was okay if she quickly went to the bathroom since there weren't any customer. It was only 4 p.m. and the locals normally start pouring in at 6. I said it was okay. As I'm drinking my cola, Karen arrives. Karen, excuse me? Me, hello? Karen, I wanna list her drink and be quick with it. Me, I'm sorry, I'm not working. She cuts me off. Karen, stop lying. I've seen you clean the tables. I know you work here. Me, shocked. I'm sorry, Miss Karen, but I'm not working here today. And even if I was, I couldn't get you your drink since I'm not allowed behind the bar. Karen, stop lying. You're here, so you must be working. Get me my drink. Me, Miss Karen, She cuts me off again. Karen, you're so rude. I know the owner, you know. I could get you fired. At the point our new employee returns, I'll call them NE for nice employee or NE. NE, hello, welcome to XX Inn. What can I get for ya? Karen, get the owner. I want this girl fired. I give NE a look that basically said, get him, my dad. I was holding in tears at this point and NE could see that. NE, I'll just grab him from downstairs. One moment. Karen, good. Turns out my dad had been upstairs the entire time Karen had been here and heard it all. Dad, what's the meaning of this? He firmly asked Karen. Karen, Mr. R, my dad's last name, this employee of yours needs to be. My dad cuts her off. Dad, firmly, she's not my employee. Karen, what? But I've seen her clean up and take orders in. That cuts her off again. Dad, that's because she's my daughter. Karen turns to look at me, who's still trying to calm down and speak. Karen, if you're really his daughter, then why couldn't you get me my drink? Me and my dad was shocked and in disbelief by this, but I managed to speak. Me, almost in tears, I'm fudging 14! It's illegal! Karen went pale, and before she could speak, my dad did. Dad, now get out of my pub. You're banned for the rest of the month. We haven't seen her since, mainly because about 10 months later, my dad sold the pub. TLDR, a Karen tries to get the owner of a pub to fire his daughter from her non-existent job. Wow, ban her only for a month? If I was the owner, I would ban her for the rest of her miserable life. That's it for today, fellow humans. Thanks for watching. Dank Doggo appreciates your time. If you enjoy our content and want to see more of us, stay tuned and subscribe. Don't forget to smash that like button and ring the bell, or Doggo will cry. Also, you can always tell us, your friendly neighbor Doggo, your experiences in the comment section. I'll catch up with you guys later in the next video.